happens here. All right, we go here.
Hey there, Bob Billy.
Hey there, Mr. Halemeister. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I heard that you were recently had some something going on with your recent video there. You wanna tell everybody what happened there, or you got something else you want to say?
Well, I'm clicking some buttons here. I'm kind of lost, but there we go. I just had to share a little bit. Yeah, so just had a little bit of health things going on. I went to the doctor. I posted a video so everybody know what's going on with me. And a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks to the day, I went into the hospital, and then the doctor he poked me with 4 or 5 holes and went in with a robot, and he was playing video games, and the next thing you know, my prostate's gone, and
Oh
my belly was all bruised up and full of holes.
my
So,
gosh.
but I'm doing pretty good right now. Just sitting on a big old pillow, sitting here on the chair. Mr. Neal was kind enough to let me do this broadcast here in his dining room, so I didn't have to be like too far away from the little boy's room, because
Yeah,
sometimes I need to just get up and run. Well, shuffle off anyway.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's
Oh,
good to see you, and it's good to hear that you're doing well.
yep. I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty
Yeah.
good. I see my good old buddy Spartan alum is in the chat room.
Old Spartan alum,
He don't go by Spartan alum no more. He goes by just Jay.
just
And
Jay. Oh,
yep,
I've heard that name. Yep, I've heard
yep.
that name.
And yep, him and I've been geocaching together before many times.
Yeah.
So, yep. Well, thanks for asking about my innards. The innards are all good now. I'm
Mhm.
just wearing big boy pull-ups once in a while to make sure I don't have an accident. And but that's good. So,
Yes, excellent.
yep. So, hey, what have you been up to so far this for geocaching this year?
Um, well, the winter was kind of rough. I didn't really do a whole lot during the winter, and I'm glad that I had a bunch of Gilby videos to fall back on. So I did a lot of video editing and a lot of planning of solving of puzzles, a checking of challenges, and a lot of dreaming, basically of where I'm going to go next and things like that. Planning for upcoming mega events, which we'll get into here in a little bit later on here in the show. But a lot of planning and thinking is basically what happened in the first probably 4 months or so. And I see we got chronically tired mom here in the chat room,
Oh,
as well
yep,
as
I see her.
geocaching. Yeah, as well as geocaching Granger, he's here too. But my geocaching adventures in last month included chronically tired mom, and I have an upcoming video where she's in that video as well as somebody from Ohio that maybe some of the people here might know. TTFN Cashin was with us, and we did
Oh,
a library cache, so you'll have to wait to see that one.
yep. Oh, Thomas, he's a good feller, and yep. I saw your videos from Gilby, and I telling you what, if I had some more vacation time coming, I would head out to Gilby this year, but I'm not sure it's going to happen this year. I definitely got to get back out there to North Dakota. It's really a nice place to be. It's
It's a
not
rootin'
bad.
tootin' good time.
Speaking of rooting and tooting,
Uh
oh,
oh. Yep,
nope, I'm good. I'm good.
that was a dry
So,
one.
yep. Luckily. So anyway, yeah, those were some good videos, and it inspired me to do a couple of gadget catches on my own. And um, Mr. Neal, he helped me out on one, and so we got some nice gadget catches out here that we're putting up on US 131. It's the expressway that gets you from the south end of Michigan up to the very top up there by Traverse City, and we're trying to put out some gadget catches there along that 131. And
Get you
we
from one trailer park to the next, huh? Is that what you're trying to
That's
say?
right. That's right. And there, our very first one on the trail on the south is in Constantine, which is just over the Indiana border. And
Oh,
I've not visited that one yet. I got to get down there. But old Tricky Bobby and Merlin 1392, they got a few up here around the Grand Rapids area. And I got a, well, sorry, Mr. Neil does. He puts his name on them because he's premium and he can make them a premium. So anyway, I did all the work. He's just taking all the glory for them. So,
yeah. Oh well.
oh, I see old Nate the Great's in the chat room.
What's up,
Uh,
Nate?
he's a good friend of mine. Do some
Mine too.
geocaching with him. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, hey, let's take a look at what's coming up this summer here in June and July. And
Okay.
I think the first one, this is kind of a new mega event that I I don't remember if this is the second or the third year for this one, but it is. Let me see. I gotta find my notes here. Um, it's the GC 9B9BA Ohio Geoclash, and that's in June 11. And I
Next
believe,
weekend.
yep, next weekend. And I
Hmm.
believe that's over on the east side of Ohio,
Yep.
down that way. And
Yep.
from what I hear, it's a pretty good time.
Yeah. That's. I believe this is the second one. I believe you're right. I don't think this is the third one, but yeah.
Yeah, that
Mr. On
old,
a Boat's putting that on.
yep, that old COVID that kind of put the kibosh on a lot of stuff here for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hear good things about that one, and um, you know, for being, I mean, even in its first year, it was a mega, so that's got to say something.
Yeah.
So, so if you're out that way, or if you're looking for something to do next weekend, the Ohio Geoclash, and you can see the GC code right there. You can do a search and put that in your list or whatever you want to do.
Hmm.
Yep. The next one we got is the Metro Gathering GC9FGYG, the Metro Gathering in New Jersey, and that one is June 18th. That is Mr. Neal's birthday.
Ooh.
So, but he won't be going to that one. He's got some other plans, I know. But I have never been to New Jersey, and I know you and we've talked before about hitting up some other mega events other than the ones we typically do. This is
Hmm.
one of them. I think one of these years, hopefully soon, that we can get out there and see
Yeah.
New
We know.
Jersey.
We know a few. I have been to New Jersey. It was what was been 4 years ago now, or something like that. I went out there and visited Geo Elmo and took in New York City and all sorts of good stuff like that. But yeah, we know a few geo vloggers out there in New Jersey, don't we? There's three of them: Geo
Yep,
Elmo
yep, yep.
and
See Michelle, he's in New Jersey.
uh huh,
Yep.
and Skimbosh. Is out
Skimbash. Oh,
there. Yes.
he's a guilty pleasure of mine. Uh, you know, he's not necessarily family friendly, but he makes me giggle and it tickles my biscuits to hear him
Tickles the
talk
biscuits.
about.
That's right.
Yep, yep. Got to be careful tickling my biscuits nowadays. But anyway, moving on.
Yeah.
So, so there's an event that's not a mega that's coming up that I'm going to be going to, and that is GC9MQR3, and that's Summer Stock 8. That is a picnic that happens down in Valparaiso, Indiana, and that is on June 18th. Mr. Neal and I we're going to be riding down there to have some fun with the folks. It's a big picnic, and I guess there's a couple hundred people that go. And this
Wow.
I've been wanting to go for quite a while, and
Hmm.
I said this is the year. This is the year. So,
As I understand it, there's a guy, popcorn guy there.
oh yeah, Orville Redenbacher,
There you go.
and I had to practice that many times. I kept calling him Orville Bedwetter, but it's Orville Redenbacher, and that's where he got his start. And then we were down there. Um, I was with you, wasn't I, down there in Valparaiso, and
Yep.
we saw a little statue of Mr. Redenbacher, and
Hmm?
so I'm looking forward to that. And this event is held by uh, Team Phoenix. Excuse me, Team Phoenix 321. Is that their number?
I think it's 421, but yeah,
Four
something.
two one.
Yeah, they got some really great caches out there in the Valparaiso and the northwestern corner of Indiana. Yes.
Yep, yep. I think one of my favorite ones they did is the big popcorn right
Oh
in
yeah.
front of the popcorn store. That was a yummy stop right there.
Now I'm sure there's many people watching this. A very popular geocache with, I get it, popular. That's it's got a lot of favorite points. Is right off the highway, and of course there's some good snacks nearby. Do you remember what was across the street there, Bob Billy?
I do, and I think my dentist was upset with me because I went there. It is I don't know if the Albanese, is that how it's pronounced? The Albanese Candy Factory,
Yep.
and we went over there, and I think I ate my fill of Swedish fish and red gummy bears,
Mm-hmm.
and I bought some candy cigarettes because that's the only kind I should be doing,
Yeah.
and got some. Oh, I got some. Uh, what do they call them? It's chewing gum, but it looks like a little bag of gold nuggets. I used to get those when I was a kid and pretend I was like my grandpa with his little pouch of tobacco, and that was fun. But yeah, I had lots of candy that weekend.
Oh
Had a
yeah.
good time. Good time. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, Bob Billy, I don't know if I've disclaimed this to you or not, but I'm also looking at going to summer stock.
You are.
I'm
That
looking at it. Yeah. I'm thinking. I'm thinking I might. Yeah.
it's not too far of a drive for you, is it?
About
Probably about
2 hours.
the same for us because it's about 2 hours for me to get down there.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go down and enjoy the picnic till about 4 o'clock, and then I gotta scoot back home because Mr. Neal's having a birthday party event that same night at 8 o'clock. So if you're in the West Michigan area, there is an event at his house right here out in the yard. We're going to have a fire and everything, and we're going to celebrate Mr. Neal's birthday, and we're going to celebrate him getting over 10,000 finds and over 10 years of geocaching, and it should be a good time. So it
You
would
gonna bring
be.
the banjo out for that one?
I thought about it, but I think um, Mr. Neal's wife hit it. I was practicing the other day, and next thing I know, it was gone. So, you know, plus when I play out in the yard, all the neighbors start complaining and everything. So, yep. All right. So moving along right here. All right. So now we're gonna bring in. I got another special guest hiding in the closet,
You
and
do?
we're gonna. Yep. So if our guest is ready to come out of the closet, out. I didn't mean that
No,
like that.
no, no, not
Oh,
like that.
all right. Out of the green room. There we go. Here he is, right here. This is
Hey, I know that
How you
guy.
doing?
yeah. All right. So this is Mr. Andy, and he is part of the geocachers of Long Island, and his geocaching name is CP490. Did I get that correct?
CP
No.
CP 590.
CP590. Sorry, I didn't mean to take 100 away from you. Didn't mean that.
I'll find him back somehow.
All right. So, Mr. Andy, before we get into your big event, tell us. I I got to tell you, I didn't know this about Mr. Andy till a couple months ago, but he is like almost famouser than famous.
All right.
He works in television, and he has worked on a couple of my favorite shows. And I got to tell you, Mr. Andy, I binged watched Better Call Saul. Um, binge watched it in about 2 weeks. I got through the entire series, and I watched Inventing Anna. Is that the one?
Inventing
Yep.
Anna, yeah.
Yep. I watched that. And Mr. Andy, he works on. Mr. Andy, can you tell us what your job is, what you do for a living?
Sure thing. They call me a video assist operator. I use a computer system. I'm recording the signal from the cameras, so they can review it. We can do some simple editing on it on set, and that way they're not kind of touching the media that's in the cameras. Once you've recorded it, it's never a good thing to go and rewind the cameras and take a look there. So I'm recording on a secondary system, and we can refer to what I've shot, what they've shot, and people like the prop people, the wardrobe people, they can always refer back. So if we're shooting a connecting scene, they can make sure that the coat, he's holding the coat in the right hand, he's got the bag in the left hand, whatever it is, continuity wise, I'm a big helper for that. As well as if we do a stunt or something, a lot of times you only get one shot at it. I can replay it back for them in slow motion if they need it, to see that we got the shot that we need. That's kind of it.
Oh, that is awesome. So you're kind of a, what do they call that? A continuity kind of guy that.
Kind of. There's a person called the script supervisor, who's really their job, the overall continuity, and even the wardrobe and the prop people, they all have to be responsible for their stuff, but I become a reference point for them to go back and double check and make sure things are right.
Awesome. That is awesome. Well, I got to tell you, you must do some good work because I sure do enjoy those television shows there on Netflix. Now,
Cool.
do you work? Do you work for Netflix or do you work
Well,
for?
the way it works is whoever's calling me for another show, that's who I work for that time.
Awesome.
So before Netflix show, Inventing Anna, I worked on another show called Ghost on the Stars Network. Since then, I've worked on a couple of Apple shows, filling in days here and there. So it's whoever's got a show and needs a guy like me, that's where I am.
Awesome. You said Ghost. Is that the comedy Ghost? The one where the ghost in the house? Or no? Okay,
No.
it's a different ghost.
No. This
I was gonna say.
is a very different Ghost. It's a urban youth, drug dealing, gangs.
Oh, I see.
That's
That,
part of
yeah,
part of
that's
the
not
Power
comedy.
universe. If you're familiar with
I
the
see.
TV show Power.
I am not. I am sorry.
No,
I'll
me
have to look
either.
that up. All right. Well, let's hear about here. I got it up there. GC9HPXN Camp Goalie, Long Island's big event on July 9. Take it away, Mr. Andy. Let's hear about it.
Well, it's a camp themed event, and it's happening at a summer day camp. We've rented the facility, so it's all ours on Saturday. We've got, because it's a private facility, we can't hide real caches there, but we've got a ton of adventure labs lined up. We've got a food truck. We've got, one of the fun things we're going to have is a dunk tank. We'll have a couple of geo celebrities that I can't name right now who are going to be in the dunk tank, and people have a chance to dunk them. One of the big things, though, we have at this event is a high adventure ropes course. In the camp, they have this ropes course, and for a very nominal fee, people will be able to get a ticket and go do the ropes adventure. And then if we have the ability, we're also going to have a zip line where that's kind of where you exit from the ropes course. So that's kind of the big excitement there that we're hoping a lot of people come and enjoy. And then the other part of this is, while we want to draw people to our event, we're also working real hard to have new caches and activities outside of the actual event. So we've got adventure labs in town. The town of Roslyn has a lot of history, and we have a team working on putting adventure labs together for that. We have a color dash, I think is what we're calling it, instead of color wars, which you do at camp, where there will be some gold coins, sorry, not gold coins, black coins hidden in geocaches that are going to be published that day, the day of the event, and some days leading up to it. And you can trade those in for a limited edition event coin. So we expect people are going to be all running around looking for those special coins. And then we have some other peripheral events. Last year, when we had not mega, but a big event in July, we followed it up with a tour in Central Park in New York City on Sunday, where we went and did the famous Bridges and Arches multi-cache, which was that day. It was a 6-hour event, and it went very well. We're hoping to repeat that. Besides that, we have another event in Central Park for people who want to do another series, which is the Gates caches. There are some serious puzzles in New York City, and that'll be a chance for people to go after those caches. And then we had some events leading up to the big event. We have a pizza party the Friday night before. So if you've never had Long Island pizza before, that'll be a great chance to have some. And that'll also be a chance to pick up your registration packets and event swag. So there's a lot going on. We're looking to build this not just to be a one-day event, but a destination weekend. We really want people to come to Long Island, spend some time here, and enjoy our caches and enjoy a little taste of island living the way we do it.
That's awesome. That sounds like a great event. Now,
Thanks.
it's on the west end of the island. You don't have to go all the way out to the Hamptons or.
Well, you could if you want to, but the main event is in Roslyn, which is I think about 40 miles from the city, so less than an hour's drive, less than about an hour's train ride if people are coming in by train, and it's a good central point. That was part of the reason why we chose this area, where you can use that as your base for doing a bunch of other things around Long Island. Sorry, my hands keep walking around here.
That's all right. I understand.
My hand.
That's perfectly fine. Mr.
Must be
Halemeister,
Italian.
you got any questions?
I think it's a Long Island thing.
Mr. Halemeister, you got any questions for Mr. Andy there?
No, not really. I think you covered it pretty well.
Now, is there a separate website to register to go to the event for any kind of swag or anything?
I'm glad you asked. It's pretty simple. It's campgoli.com, and on that site you can order your swag, which I should let everybody know that June 12th is our deadline for ordering T-shirts. If you're ordering coins and path tags, those are already ordered, so those will be available after that. But if you want to order an event T-shirt and or other garb, those have to be in by June 12th.
All right. So they got about 10 days. About 10 days.
Yeah.
All right.
And we're very excited that this event had become mega. We did a lot of promotion, trying to build it up and get people to come, at least consider coming to Long Island. For some people, crossing rivers and bridges, it's a big deal. And we want to make it worth their while.
Yeah.
Well, I know from experience, Andy, that crossing that George Washington Bridge cost $18.
But it's free the other direction.
You're going away from the event, though.
Only $9 each way. Come on.
Okay. All right.
We got a bridge here in Michigan where you can cross over. It only costs you $4 each way, so we're a lot less costly to cross our big bridge. But
all right, you got me there.
I definitely like the sounds of your event, and like I said, there is not enough vacation time available to hit all the great events around the United States. I tell you what. And
is this something, Andy, or are you looking at having this every year? I know you had it last year, and obviously this is the second year. Moving forward, is this going to be an annual thing? You're looking at maybe 3, 4, 5 years possibly, or
we certainly hope so. I don't know if we're sticking with this theme or even this location, but we definitely want to keep a big event on Long Island for the years to come. So yes. So if you can't make it this year, come on next year, Jason.
Now what about Yeah.
we'll
What
still
about
have
the
one
date? Do
going.
you think you'll have the same date? Like Midwest Geo Bash is always the third weekend of July, and you know,
Yep.
HQ will usually have their event about the same time in August. So, do you plan on keeping this as your date?
Yeah, I expect this is the same exact date actually as last year, July 9th. And I
Awesome.
expect that we're going to keep it probably the weekend after July 4th weekend or something along those lines.
All right. I'm definitely going to have to put that on the calendar. If that now that I know that next year is probably going to be the same weekend or so, I
Yeah.
can pencil that in, and maybe that's one of them I can go to besides the ones I normally go to. And
Yeah.
it sounds like fun. I think Mr. Neal would like to go out that way and experience the East Coast. So yeah, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, I saw some of his videos in New York, so there'll be a chance to go to do New York stuff and as well as Long Island if you come on back.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. All right. Well, Mr. Andy, we're going to let you stay right there, and we're just going to
Okay.
keep moving on. And the next event we're going to talk about is one that I think a lot of people already know about, and that is GC9E5GX, the Worldwide Cash Fest in Memphis, Tennessee, July 16th. Mr. Halemeister, can you give us a rundown of what you believe is happening here?
Well, I believe you misspelled Cash Fest.
I did. Well, let me let me see.
Believe me.
Sorry to call you. That was funny. It's a
Oh,
Bob
it's a.
Billy
I
Bob Billy
see what
moment.
I see what I did wrong. Hang on.
There's a
Yep.
Bob Billy moment. But what I believe is going to happen at Worldwide Cash Fest is I believe there's going to be. Um, well, I listened to the Geocache Talk Network, and they have they're the one putting it on.
That better?
There you go. There you go, buddy. Yep. So I get a lot of updates and things on that podcast. And if you're interested in it, you should listen to that podcast as well too. So anyway, what's going to happen is we're going to go on down there, and I think we're teaming up with Merlin 1392, staying for a few days, checking out some of the sites. There's I think they said there's going to be 5 or 6 community celebration events within 4 or 5 days, something like that. Of course, the mega. There's a few virtuals around the area, and of course, I'm excited not only for caching in a new area. I've never been to the Memphis area, but I'm excited to get my first cache in Arkansas and Mississippi. So all 3 of those states are real close there, and I'm excited to nail all those states down. So that'd be good.
All right.
Yeah.
So I know I was just looking in the chat room there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Nate the Great, I believe he's coming down too.
Okay.
He might join us for some activities.
Yep.
So I was just today, because I'm still in recovery. Well, it's not a 12-step program recovery. I'm just recovering from my surgicals. And I was laying on the couch watching uh, a TV show called Hacks. And they were in Memphis. And it looked like a fun little town. And I'm really looking forward to hearing some good music. Um,
Yeah.
I do like the blues. I do like some country. And I'm hoping to hear a little bit of both. And I know there's a concert. I believe that's one of the events. I
Yeah.
think on Saturday night is a blues concert
Uh-huh.
by uh, I don't I don't follow the blues, but I believe this gentleman is quite famous in that area. Andy, I picked up your hand thing there, but I do believe he's pretty famous for the blues down in that area. So I'm looking forward to that. The one thing I'm really looking forward to, Graceland.
Yeah.
Gonna go see the king himself,
Yep.
and maybe write my name on the wall there.
Yeah, that's the
ever get
virtual.
away.
You got to write your name on the wall.
That's
So
right.
highly favored virtual there. Looks like Roomba Cats is coming with Bell on the Move is also coming as well. So hopefully we get to meet those guys. I think he said earlier back in the thing that he was excited to meet us. So yep. Or
Well,
no, he said earlier that he was jealous of Chronically Tired Mom because he got to go cashing. She got to go cash with me. So that's going to be all. We're going to make that better, Roomba Cats, and we'll get together in Memphis. How's that sound?
yes. I tell you what, Mr. Halemeister and I, we were going to be doing some video down there, Graceland and all that stuff. We're going to probably head into Mississippi a little bit and maybe a little Arkansas. Probably see some of my relatives, or I don't know. But I tell you what, Mr. Roomba Cats, if you are around, we need to do a little bit of geocaching together. I would enjoy that a whole lot. So
Yep.
that's my promise to you is as long as all my innards stay inside of me and I get down there, which I'm planning on, we do some geocaching together.
Now, speaking of Mississippi, we have somebody else coming with us from Mississippi.
That's right. Go ahead. I'll let you do the Gary Slinker thing
Give
and
me
spill the beans.
give me a drum roll. Sir Drumalot is supposed to be he's supposed to be coming with us. Haven't seen the guy since Fort Worth. Haven't
That's
seen
right.
him since Fort Worth. Yeah, it'd be
It's
a good
been what,
thing.
3 years, 4 years. We haven't
Uh,
seen him.
yeah, I think it's been 3 years. Yeah,
All
so
right.
it's good to see him out again.
Oh,
Be
and it
good.
looks like Adventures with Dan. Big Dan is coming down
Oh,
or coming
sweet.
over. So, and
Haven't
Roomba
seen
Cat,
Dan since Gigastock, so that'd be good to see Dan again as well too.
that's right. That's right. Dan, we're looking forward to it. Do some
Sure.
geocaching together and get together.
Absolutely.
Yep. So, the other thing I want to say about the Cash Fest is that I am again going to team up with Arted Crafted as long as Mr. Sean is willing, and he's going to make me a couple of T-shirts for rock paper scissors. I'm going to have a couple three oddball geo coins that I've got sitting in my stash that are unactivated. So if you sometime during Cash Fest on that Saturday, I'm going to do a rock paper scissors, and we're going to give away some geo coins and a couple T-shirts. So make sure you're within earshot of me, which is pretty easy to do. But I know Shelby Farms is a big property, so I'll try to post it on social media of where I'm going to be and what time. So, but I think I think our record last year at Midwest Geobash, I think we had 40 people
Yeah,
doing rock paper scissors. That took a while,
that's a
but
cool.
but I do have. I'm pretty sure I think I did it. I'm gonna have to check with Pete. I had some buttons made for. I believe I had some rock paper scissor buttons made. So if we get a good crowd, I can pass out some buttons.
All
But
right.
um,
I played a little rock paper scissors against you at Midwest, and you're a hell of a player. I didn't last long.
well, when I lose, I'm still in. But
Well,
it's
yeah,
a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. And it's fun to play when you got the kids playing and the
Yeah.
adults and some senior moments going on. It's a lot of fun. So,
yep.
whew, I got to catch my breath here. Take a drink of water. Go ahead, talk amongst yourselves.
Well, I have a list here of the mega events as well too. Since you're going on a mega event list, after Cash Fest, the weekend after Cash Fest is Midwest Geobash. We talked a little bit about that there in Wasion, Ohio. And then it looks like maybe 2 weeks after that is the West Bend Cash Bash in West Bend, Wisconsin. I might be at that one. We'll see if I have some free time.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
Yeah, I expect to be at Midwest, and except for Camp Golai, I got to say that's one of my favorite events. They put on such a great show over there, and they make it like we're trying to do. They make it a whole weekend worth of fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yep.
It's a good
Yeah.
time. I won't go ahead.
Go. Oh, I was just gonna say I was gonna go last year, and something popped up, and I couldn't go. And then this year, I was gonna plan on going this year, and then of course got two or three things going on. But my nephew's getting married that day,
Uh,
so you know, well,
Yeah.
maybe I should say my nephew and my niece are getting married that day. I don't know.
that's what happens in
Yeah.
Bob Billy's family.
That's right.
Yep. Then after
Well,
that, Bob Billy, right after Cash Bash, the following week, as you can see, there's like a mega event in the United States just about every week from here on out. Seems like there's a big one. This one's not in the United States though, but pretty close to the United States. And unfortunately, I won't be going to this one either. But it's another Gigastock, guys. It's another Gigastock, Woodstock in Abbotsford, British Columbia.
that is awesome. I wish I could go, but like I said, I got limited time, so I'm devoting that to the next weekend, which I'll wait and let you mention that one too. But
Okay.
I'm excuse me, I'm belching up my water. But it's I would love to get up to that Geo Woodstock Gigerstock up that Fraser Valley up in British Columbia. Every time I watch television and they show British Columbia and Vancouver and all that, it is beautiful country. I
Yeah.
would love to get up there and try not to get eaten by a grizzly bear or a mountain lion, something like that. But I
Hmm.
would love to get up there.
I just want to go to another country and find a geocache. I've never even been out of the United States, let alone to find a geocache. And so that's kind of a goal of mine. But I'll be close, but I just can't do it this time. So
I feel the same way. We live so close to Canada, and I can't believe I've never made it up there to find a cache. So I'm with you on that one, Mr.
Yep.
yeah,
Halemeister.
Yep. Me too. Mr. Neil's been to Canada geocaching a couple, three times. He one time went over to London, Ontario to go geocaching and see Mr. London Westy. And he got over there and he said, "Hey, I'm here." And Mr. London West says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm in Michigan." Figures. He was in Michigan and Mr. Neil's in London, but he had a good time anyway. But he's been to Canada, but old Bob Billy, he has not been there yet. And I don't know if I'll ever get there if they make me do some medical stuff. I don't know.
yeah.
Oh, what's the next weekend after that, Mister Halemeister?
Well, everybody travels from Canada and goes south to Seattle. They're having finally having the big celebration there, 20th. Yeah, the 20th anniversary celebration of geocaching there in Seattle. Wow, it's going to be a heck of a week. And I believe this is, I don't know, are you coming by, Billy? Because I know that I'm spending a lot of time with Mr. Neil that week. Are you going to be there too or no?
Yeah, I'll be there. He's gonna fly in. Him and his wife are flying into Seattle, and she has relatives there in Spokane. So she's him and her are gonna spend a couple days there in Seattle, and then she's leaving him and going to see her relatives there in Spokane, and that I'm gonna come in and him and I and you and I think we're getting joined by Cash Canada, and
Yep,
we're going to have a good time around there in Seattle. And
yep.
I think our plan is to head over and uh, actually get a couple extra states or something, and maybe find some gorillas. There's that gorilla can or something. I don't remember.
Yeah,
Uh, Going through some black tunnel and finding a gorilla.
yeah. Yeah, that'll be kind of special for me. I don't know about you, but I don't have Washington State. I don't have Idaho or Montana. So that trip will net me three more states that I've never been to, let alone found a geocache in. So that brings me to a total of five for the year between the two megas that I've mentioned. So that'd be cool to block out a few more states and get some
Yep,
see some new areas and stuff. So that's good.
yep. Yeah, I'm planning. I believe this will add four states for me: Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana. That's four states.
Hmm.
I've already been to the state of confusion, so yeah, those four. So that'll add four states for me. I like that. I'm really looking forward to seeing the Pacific Ocean, and I've never been that far west. So it's an exciting trip for me. I'm looking
Well,
forward
I
to it.
tell you what, Bob Billy, you can't go much more farther west than that without bringing your swim trunks.
Well, yeah,
Don't tell
you're
me you
right.
like to swim in your underwear.
Um, sure, okay. I like to swim out of my underwear. I don't know, but yeah.
Uh, hmm.
Hey, hang on there just a second. Um, I'm gonna
Something's happening?
maybe let me see.
What? You're not
Do,
having,
oops.
Technical difficulties.
No,
oh,
I'm gonna see if I can invite somebody else in here real quick.
oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, Roomba Cats is asking if we're going to go do the original Geo stash there in Oregon. And yeah, that is definitely, I don't know how we can be that close and not, right?
That
So definitely.
that is correct.
I've done geocaching in Southern Oregon. I have family there, and I've gone and visited and done some geocaching, but I've never been to the original stash plaque. And yeah, we're doing all that. We're doing the trifecta: the original stash plaque, the Gorilla Canyon he called it, and HQ. Yeah,
that's the truth.
for sure.
All right, I sent an invite. Let's see if this person will join us here. Uh,
Okay. All right.
I seen a new customer come into the chat room, so oh, there's Darren Kemmy. He's in the chat room. Hello, guys. Got a late start to your live chat right there.
Hey,
Hey,
Darren.
Darren. Uh, I have to tell you, Darren was a loser. Down in Kansas at Mingo Madness, Darren was a loser. He
Yeah.
tried to beat me in rock paper scissors, and he just couldn't come up with it. So, but hello, Darren. It's good to see you. I'm glad you could join us here.
Yeah. We're just talking about doing rock paper scissors. Maybe you can lose again. I don't. Maybe.
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah. If he comes down there to Memphis, we can do that up real good. We're gonna take that off the screen. There we go. I'm getting pretty good at this here technical stuff. Just don't know how to type. I had to spell check everything. Mr. Neal's like looking over my shoulder and telling me I spelt it wrong. And
Did you know about Billy that after HQ, um, the next mega in the United States is also in the state of Washington, not very far from HQ.
what is that?
The WSGA Going Ape. They're having a mega there on
Oh,
September 10th. So they've kind of split it up and made it so they don't have all these people for the ape, even though it's still going to happen.
yeah,
But they've made
yeah.
it two megas.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I got a new guest. We're gonna join us right here.
All right.
There he is,
Hey.
Mr. Cash Canada
Hey,
himself, London Westy.
Oh, oh my gosh.
Holy doodle.
Howdy.
Yeah, holy
holy
doodle and all.
doodle.
Now I got to
Coins,
tell you, there you
coins for
go.
kids.
I'm glad you wore that shirt because I wanted to bring that up today too, and let's
Awesome.
just remind everybody because I got one here too. It's
Oh, yeah.
can I see?
Woo!
There you
That's
go.
right.
Yeah, that's so people can find me when they're looking for me.
I don't know. I'll
So,
tell you, Bob, Billy, you're not hard to find.
well, I don't know. It's but I'm glad Mr. London Westy could join us. I know right now, if I am correct in assuming you are not in Canada at the moment.
I am most assuredly not in my home country.
Yep, I know. I saw you posted on social media that you had lunch with. I I don't think they're the longest running streakers, but they're like number 2 or number 3 in the
Yeah, they're
in the
very,
world.
very close to being. I think they're number one in Michigan, aren't they? Or number
Oh,
two?
definitely number 1 in Michigan.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yeah.
they're pretty close. So
Yeah. Team LaRue. Oh, the sweetest, nicest, perfect couple. Love them.
yeah, Brian and Patty, they are not some nice people there.
They
Uh,
are for
yeah,
sure.
we camped with them a little bit a couple years ago at Midwest Geobash.
Yeah, they were our neighbors.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
It's a
And I
good
told
thing
them
they didn't go.
they don't know if they're going to camp this year. I know we can't. We're coming down for, well, hope we might come down. I don't know. We'll see. We're absolutely coming down for the day, but we told them to come drop by your campsite and they can visit us.
Yeah, yeah. There'll be what we call the 616 group right there on the south end of the campground, and we have a pretty good crowd, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wish we could camp there this year, but we're going away at the beginning of the month for a very long, long drive. We'll be away for 2 weeks, so we got to save our mileage up. And the Miss Lear class she needs to work, so she can pay for my retirement.
There you go. Now, what is your official day of retirement?
My official day of retirement is July 1st.
There you go.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's
Just
coming
in
up soon.
just in time to go to the Long Island mega event. Ain't that right,
I,
Mr. Randy?
we were looking at that. It was a
Yeah, I
possibility.
heard you
but I
talking to
don't
Gio
know.
Elmo, thinking that you might be able to work out a stop by in Long Island on the way down to Nashville.
Hmm. Well, we're going the opposite direction, unfortunately. We were thinking of going down there, but the COVID is straightened out in Canada, so we were able to go east to it's a long, boring drive. A lot of geocaching, but I don't know how many people we're going to meet. I think we're going to meet more black flies and bears than people.
Yeah, that's a lot of driving. I don't know if I could handle that much riding in a car right at the moment.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yep.
You
I'd
need
have
one of
to
them
buy,
donut pillows. There you
yeah,
go.
I was sitting on one of those earlier and it kind of hurts. I'd have to
Oh,
buy me the large package of Depends instead of the regular size package.
well, we're glad you're doing okay, Bob Billy.
Well, thank you
We're
very
all
much.
Yeah.
I'm
we're
doing
all
good.
thinking of you.
All right. Yep. I see Darren Kemmy. He says he's planning on going to Memphis. So Darren, you can make sure you're around for rock, paper, scissors, and can see if we can turn a loser into a winner. All right. So what? Speaking of mega events, which is kind of what we've been talking about, Mr. London Westy, maybe you can shine some light on the LNA mega event.
Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
happening. There you go. I'm shining some light.
You're a funny man.
I thought that lamp was glued to the table. I guess not.
I was going to tell you don't quit your day job, but you already did.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was a good idea. I'm kind of thinking already. I don't know. LNA, yeah, it's on. It's fortunately for them, it's not on the same day as the Geo Woodstock, where it was last year and the year before. But it is on the same day as the Seattle event. But not a lot of people from this side of the country can go all the way over there, and I think it's going to be a great event. It always has been. We've been several times. It's a lot of fun. They do a great job of putting it together, and they have a whole slew of events to go with free music and all kinds of new caches and stuff. So yeah, it's a good time.
Good. Yeah, I've thought about trying to head over to that one a couple times in the past. So maybe in the future I can get back over that way.
2023. All this big business with Geo Woodstock and Seattle will all be done, so you can head out that way. Yeah.
Yep.
And then we'll go down and head out to Geo Elmo. I don't hope. I don't want to wait that long though. I got to get together with this guy. He's going to hate me soon.
You are too close to not go see him.
Yes. Oh, we were so close when, except I picked the wrong weekend to go possibly visit. It was Easter weekend, and we were within, must have been 10 miles, and he just couldn't get away. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know Mr. Neal went over there to Niagara Falls, and he met up with deadliest catchers there in
Yeah.
Nancy, and he said he had a good time, and she pointed him in all the right directions for some good geocaches and
Hmm.
and some good stuff. So it is a nice area over there in New York, and I recommend it highly to anybody that's looking for a nice place to go geocaching.
Yeah, I was really amazed at with Mr. Neal. He went to the merry-go-round museum,
Yep,
and
yep.
I'd never heard of it. And my mom is from North Tonawanda, where that museum is. And I asked her if she knew, and of course she did. She loves merry-go-rounds. I had never heard of it. She never told me about it.
Yep, yep. Well, he found out that that company back in the day made the merry-go-round that is now sitting in the public museum in Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Oh,
There's a
wow.
big carousel in there that's pretty famous around this area,
Huh.
and I have ridden on it, and it is not. It's big and it's nice, and
Yeah.
found out that's where it was made, and so that
Hmm.
was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Neat.
Pretty cool.
Yep. Well, I see that we got Salaknar's in the room, in the chat room, and the Supernauts are in there.
Hello,
Speak,
Supernauts. Hello,
Speaking of
everybody.
the Supernauts, what do we got? We got 8 days to get on board with their Kickstarter for GeoCoin.
Oh, yeah.
So if anybody listening to this live or even in the replay, if you're into GeoCoins, the Supernauts have a Kickstarter going on for their new GeoCoin, and I know Mr. Neal he kicked in for that, and I probably should, but I'm kind of on a leave of absence from work right at the moment, so you know.
Yep. Kicked in as well.
Yep. Yep, you are welcome. Well, Brian and Vicky, they are some good geocachers over there in Washington, up there in the Pacific Northwest. And
Yeah, maybe when we go to
Mhm.
Seattle, maybe we'll get to meet them as well.
I definitely
Yep.
plan on it. Yep, for sure. So, hey, and that reminds me, we didn't talk about this, Mr. Halemeister.
You're right. You're right. I know what you're thinking. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
So, about, is it 3 weeks? I believe it's 3 weeks. Mr. Halemeister and I will be heading to the airport in Grand Rapids, and we're picking up Mr. Komakino and
Oh,
his
yeah.
buddy Paul, and we are going to do some geocaching here in Michigan. We're going to get Komakino his final cache that he needs to finish off his Jasmer grid. We're going to take him
Nice.
up to geocache 612, and then him and Paul and Mr. Halemeister are hopping in a boat and going over to Power Island, GC35.
Nice.
Yep.
That'll make for some good video.
Yep. We're planning on, I don't want to give away too much if Mr. Komakino's watching or whatever, but we got a good plan of when we pick them up. We got an event. After we pick them up, we're going to do some geocaching in the Grand Rapids area. Going to a small event that Mr. Neal has rigged up so people in the area can meet him. And then on Saturday, we're going up, when we get up to Traverse City, there's another event to say bon voyage, to send them all off to the island. And there's another boat. Mr. Captain Mike is going to take them over to the island. He's going to run back, pick up another group at 10 o'clock, run them out to the island, and probably pick up the first group, bring them back, then run out and pick up the second
Wow.
group.
Yeah.
And I noticed today there's another group leaving at 1:30. So right at this moment, there's a boat leaving at 1:30 that needs 5 more passengers. So
Mm.
if you got a little spare change, you can contact. I don't. You'll have to get in and find some events that are up there and
What
find
what's
my
the date? What's the date?
June 25th. It's that
Okay.
Saturday. I believe it's June
Yeah.
25.
We've
Yep.
been to Power Island, but I'm just wondering the date.
Yep.
Yep. Patty Phillips says she's doing Power Island tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Ooh. Who's
There
that?
you
Oh,
go.
Patty.
Uh,
Patty, you're in Michigan, and you didn't even stop to see me. Can't believe it. It's good though. I'm
yeah.
glad you got some nice weather. This after we had some thunderstorms a couple of days ago, but the rest of this
Oh, yeah.
week has been absolutely beautiful. And Miss Patty, she's going to have some great weather for going over to the island. Hopefully that doesn't get too wavy or kick up for the boat, but it should be all right. But you're going to have a good time up there in Traverse City, that's for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, make sure when you go to Traverse City, you check out the parking lot that has the food trucks. It's right next to a brewery. Oh, it's a really cool spot. Captain Mike suggested it.
Oh, okay.
Is that downtown on Front Street?
Yeah, I think so. Well, there's a little kind of a canal or a little river right
Yep.
next to the street. Yeah, it's on the other side of that, away from the
Yep.
lake.
Yep.
And
The
it
Boardman
has,
River.
I think, 8 food trucks or 10 food trucks, kind of like in a circle. And then the brewery is right next to it. You can take your food into the brewery. It's really
Yep.
cool. I loved
Yep.
it. It was amazing.
Cool.
Traverse City is a nice town. I mean,
Yeah.
it gets pretty packed there during the summer with all the tourists and everything. But and if you like wine, you you're not short for wineries. I think there's like 25 of them on the Leelanau Peninsula. I think they're up to 10 or 12 of them on the Old Mission Peninsula, and there's
Wow.
some up around the other side, and they're everywhere. And also, the Sleeping Bear Dunes up there is like one of the number one places to visit in the United States. And that's where you find Petoskey stones. So anyway, that's just a little
Wow.
Michigan history.
Do you get gallstones there too?
I'm sure you could if you eat enough of the wrong food, red meat. I don't know.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to the trip. Of course, getting Michigan's oldest, be my 15th state oldest. Andy, do you collect any, or have you targeted any state oldest caches? Is that your thing, or you do something like that, or no?
I definitely, when I have the chance, it's something I love to do. Several years ago, went down and did the Beaver Cache down in Georgia. And in New York, the oldest cache is called The Spot, which is upstate New York. And there was one weekend where that was my goal. Hear my hands again. And that was a great epic place to go visit. And so, yeah, whenever I get the chance, when we were out at Midwest Geobash, I think we found Indiana's oldest.
Yeah.
I'll keep looking for them when I get out there.
Yeah.
You're in a good area because I know Mr. Neal was going to go out there last fall, ended up in Niagara Falls, but his main first plan was to head out east and try to pick up like 5 or 6 old states there and finish off his Jasmer, but things didn't work out. But he'll be out there.
The nice thing about the Northeast is you get a lot of states, small states close to each other, and you can hit the choice caches in each one.
Yeah.
Which I haven't done yet, but I got to do that.
I'm looking forward to getting out there to get up there in Maine and eat some lobster and crab. I love me some seafood.
Yeah, me and the missus took a trip up to Maine a few years before COVID, and I also recommend anything with blueberries up there. We had some delicious blueberry wine while we were up there. Very nice.
Good. Yeah, and that was the other thing too. Over in Niagara Falls, there's some good wineries over there, and some nice country up there like that too.
Yeah. So while we're talking wineries, I got to plug Long Island. The North Fork of Long Island is a big place for wineries for many years now. And hey, if you're coming to Camp Golai, maybe make a winery trip while you're out here.
There you go. That will help me you know, get Mr. Neal and his wife, they'll go out there for that. So
Well,
it'd be
we
good.
could take you around. I'd be happy to do that. Take Mr. Neal around.
There you go. I usually end up in the back seat, hiding behind the back seat on the floor, so they don't know I'm there. And then they reach back for their traveling snacks, and I've already eaten them all. So
We can get you some peanuts and beer at some of the microbreweries too. So we'll hook
all
you up,
right,
Bob Billy.
all right. Well, hey, we're getting up here. We're an hour in, so if you guys are fine, we can either sign us off or we can talk a little more. Up to you.
I just wanted to mention we got a hello here from Wichita, Kansas, coming from JLM and Mama JHK. They're saying hello. So it's hello to you.
Hello, Jim Morris. How you doing? All right. All right. Well, let's any last thoughts? I don't want to cut somebody off if you want to say something.
I think we said everything we wanted to say there, Bob Billy.
All our brains are empty now. We just blew it all out. Now it's all empty.
Just looking forward to a summer full of megas. Try to hit
Yep.
as many as you can and get out and find more caches.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm
Love
looking
going to
forward.
megas and seeing people and meeting new people and seeing ones I
Absolutely.
haven't seen in a while, making some videos and looking forward to all that. So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
And looking forward to seeing you guys in August.
Yes.
indeed.
Finally. Finally. Yep. And I'm looking forward to getting off the couch here. Hopefully the doctor said 2 more weeks and I can do what I want to do again, and don't feel like it, but I'm sure it'll be fine. And but I'm looking forward to getting back out and doing some geocaching and doing a little bit of traveling and seeing my friends. And so I just want to say, have fun, Miss Patty, on your trip to Power Island, and good luck to the Supernauts on their geocoin. And we'll see everybody in Memphis. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Halemeister and Mr. London Westy and Mr. Andy.
See
Glad
ya.
to
See
hear
you
that.
later.